palms sweating, heart racing, stomach in knots, you can't cry for help. Not just only is your throat too tight to breathe, but it'd be so embarrassing. No, you aren't being stalked by a monster. You are speaking in public. A faith some deem worse than death. See, when you're dead, you feel nothing. At a podium, you feel straight fight. But at some point, we have to communicate in front of people. So you have to try and overcome with it. So start to understand what straight fright is. Humans, social animals that we are wild. Don't worry about reputation. Public speaking can trade it. Before a speech, you fret. What if people think I'm an idiot? That fear of being seen as an idiot is a threat reaction from a primitive part of your brain that's very hard to control. It's the fight or flight response, a self-protective process in a range of animals, most of which don't give speeches, but we have a wise partner in the study of freaking out. Charles Darwin tested fright or flight. At the London Zoo snake exhibit, he wrote in his diary, "My will and reason were powerless against the imagination of a danger which had never been experienced." He concluded that his response was an ancient reaction unaffected by the nuance of modern civilization. So to your conscious modern mind, in a speech to the rest of your brain, built up a code with the lore of the jungle. When you perceive the possible consequences of blowing a speech, it's the time to run for your life or fight to death. People tell the most common to all the vertebrate triggers their pituitary glands to separate the hormone ACTH, making your adrenal gland shot adrenaline into your blood. Your neck and back tense up, you slouch, your legs and hands shake as your muscles prepare to attack. You sweat, your blood pressure jumps, your digestion shuts down to maximize the delivery, nutrition, and oxygen to muscle and vital organs. So you get dry mouth, butterflies, your pupils dilate. It's hard to read anything close up, like your note, but long range is easy. That whole straight fight work. How do we fight it? First, perspective. It isn't all in your head. It's naturally hormonal, full body reaction by an automatic nervous system on autopilot. Its genetic play a huge role in social anxiety. Your leader play live 1,000 times of times. Each time he vomit beforehand. Some people are just wired to feel more scared performing in public, since stage fright is natural and inevitable. Focus on what you can control. Practice a lot. Practice starting long before. In an environment similar to the real performance, practicing any tasks increase your familiarity and reducing anxiety. So when it's time to speak in public, you're confident in yourself and the task at hand. Steve Jobs rehearsed his epic speech for hundreds of hours, studying weeks and in advance. If you know what you're saying, you'll feel off the crowd energy instead of letting your hypothalamus convince your body is about to be lunch for a pack of predators. But hey, the vertebrate hypothalamus has had millions of years more practice than you. Just before you go on stage, it's time to fight dirty and trick your brain. Stretch your arm up and breathe deeply. It's make your hypothalamus triggers and relations of response. Stage fright usually hit hardest right before a presentation. So take the last minutes to stretch and breathe. You approach the mix, voice clear, body relaxed. Your well-prepared speak convinced the weak crowd. Your charismatic genius. How? You didn't overcome stage fright. You adapt to it and to the fact that no matter how civilized you may seem in part of your brains, you're still a wild animal.